Hi guys, I'm Study Mike. Today I'm bringing a video to guide you when playing as the Sage class in Salt and Sacrifice. I'm gonna show you an early build, some tips, what node path you should follow when building the skill tree, and a general idea of how you can get good spells and equipments while progressing through the game. Of course, your starting class is going to be the Sage. The crime choice gives you a starting item. I recommend getting usury because you start with a large bag of silver. It gives 1000 silver and may be used later on to get some extra salts. Just pass normally through the starting area and get smashed by the first boss. Here at Partner's Vale, take your time to explore and get all items. If this is your first time playing the game, talk to NPCs and get familiar with the place and the game mechanics. As you explore the world, you find some objects that you can interact and get valuable materials. Those objects respawn every time you reload an area. Make sure to take all of them every time you get back here. Especially the ores and herbs because they are needed for the healing potion and some spells. When you finish, talk to the NPC at the mirror gate, set runes and go to the Ashbourne village. The Sage class in this game is a little different. The staff weapon can deal decent melee damage and has some spells. The melee damage scales with arcane, so you can build arcane and still do good damage from melee attacks. The spell from this starting staff is not that great. It costs too much focus and the potion to recover it is not that great early on. To defeat these first monsters, it's better to just melee attack them. The best spell that you can use now is actually the channeling rod. Hold the key to aim it and you can move the camera to amplify your view and see monsters before they notice you. The rod spell costs ammunition instead of focus, and you can recover ammo by holding the interact button. It will cost iron ores, and that's why it's so important to always gather when you can. Those piles of rocks give you haze spiral, which is needed to replace the haze decoction. Haze decoction is the mana potion, it restores your focus needed to use spells. Take advantage of moving the camera to see ahead of you. And you can use the rod spell to lure enemies and kill them one by one. They made the enemies more aggressive than in the previous game, and it's easy to get overwhelmed by them. So be patient and play safely. Proceed and explore normally and eventually you will get to this foggy area with an obelisk. The first real boss fight is right ahead. Touch the obelisk to checkpoint and replace your ammo and potion. The first boss is simple, just keep your distance using the rod. Roll through him as he gets near to you. When you run out of ammo, you can try to replace it or use the staff spell. Use haste decoction to recover focus to keep casting the staff spell. After defeating the boss, get out here. Take the grappling hook and use the next obelisk to go back to Paradise Vale. Make your way to level up. Now you can get some levels. And the first path you should take on the skill tree is this one, this spiral-like path. You have to make your way to at least this point here. Later on, you'll need those nodes to use some better spells. And the nodes will give some arcane points, which will increase both your spell damage and melee damage that scales with arcane. Now using the grappling hook, you can explore a bit more. When you're done, go back to Ashbourne village. Make your way up here, use the grappling hook to reach there. Here you will find this frozen statue. Interacting with it shall start a mage hunt, which is kind of the main mechanic of the game. But don't start it yet. Go right and talk to this NPC. He's a merchant and will go to Pioneer's Vale. Now you can explore up here and get some items. Get back to Pioneer's Vale. Now you prepare for the mage hunt. Try to level up so that you don't carry too much salt, because you can maybe die a few times and you'll need to get to the node that I showed you. So it is important to get some levels now. A tip here is to buy this salt splinter. It costs 400 silver to give you 100 salt. If you don't have silver, you can sell your unused equipment. If you explored, you should have some. Another tip here, whenever you die, you lose silver forever. One way to avoid is buying these bags of silver with the merchant. It costs 120 silver and gives you 100 silver upon using. You lose 20 silver on the process each time, but it's worth it to safely store your silver. Since you won't lose the bag when you die, and when you need silver, you just have to use the bag. If you do this every time you go back to Parliament's Vale, you can have a good resource management. Now go back to the frozen statue and start the mage hunt. Follow this flow thing to find and battle the mage. When you fight him, keep attacking from distance, just like on the video. When he runs away from you, take your time to replace your ammo. After some time, he will lead you to this rooftop. Up here you will have to fight him in a narrow space, but if you did a lot of damage previously, it won't be a problem, just keep doing the same thing that you already have been doing. When he goes on his knees, finish him and take his loot. Now go back and level up more to progress on the skill tree. If you need more salt, buy the salt splinter. Now you probably have materials enough to upgrade your channeling rod. You need to craft this staff, but you probably don't have enough materials, so you need to kill the mage again. Check on the left of Ashbourne village if he spawned. Reload the area if he didn't, and keep doing it until he spawns. It may take a time, you can quit the game to reload faster. When he spawns, you can fight him the same way that you did before. If you don't have enough ammo, you can buy iron ores from the merchant. Now battle with him, but this time he won't go to the rooftop, and you won't see his health bar. Finish him and get his loot. Go back to the blacksmith and craft the staff. Now you probably have materials to upgrade the staff, so do it. And level up to progress on the skill tree. If you need silver to get more salt, you can use the large bag of silver now. The staff has two good spells. If you progressed correctly on the skill tree, you can use them. It also deals decent melee damage, so now you are strong enough to progress as a sage class on the game. Eventually you can find more mages to hunt and craft new equipment and get even stronger. But that's what I have to teach you today. If this guide was helpful, leave a like and subscribe to my channel to support me. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.